Hello and welcome back to Crypto Nerd. My name is AJ, here to bring you this cryptocurrency video. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the price of Bitcoin and a new Bitcoin pattern I found in the charts. We're also going to be taking a look at the price of Ethereum, which is again hitting new all-time highs, and taking a look at my Ethereum trade. So if that interests you, then please smash a like, subscribe and share this video so we can grow this channel together. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the charts. Jumping straight on into the Bitcoin charts then, taking a look at this megaphone pattern, which is a very, very important pattern for the price of Bitcoin. If we did see Bitcoin making its way up to the top of the megaphone pattern at this very important resistance level. And this is a very important resistance level because the last two times that we saw Bitcoin actually testing this resistance level, we did see a major rejection at this level, taking Bitcoin all the way down to the bottom of the megaphone pattern, both times when we saw this initial rejection of the top of the megaphone pattern. And we did see those two massive dumps right here. And this is something that could happen to the price of Bitcoin. If we were to see Bitcoin testing this resistance again, we could see Bitcoin get a major rejection again and come all the way down to the bottom of the megaphone pattern. So that is something we do need to bear in mind. There is a possibility that Bitcoin could break up out of this pattern, which is very bullish news for Bitcoin, and we could then use the top of the megaphone pattern as support. But because we have seen those two initial rejections here, it is very important that we need to bear in mind that this is a possibility that we could see that big rejection of the price of Bitcoin at the top of the megaphone pattern, which would potentially take Bitcoin all the way back down to the bottom of the megaphone pattern. Taking a look at another pattern on the daily charts then, you can see this big head and shoulders pattern. So you can see the first shoulder here, the head, and the second potential shoulder here, because it's a potential shoulder because it actually hasn't formed yet, because we do need to see the price of Bitcoin roll over and sort of test this support level at the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. So right now we are seeing some nice price action to the upside, but there is a possibility that we could form this second shoulder and test the support at the neckline. And if we were to break the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, we would have a price target of, taking it to the potential breakout point, we would have a price target of approximately $31,000, and that would put a potential pause on the bull market, which would not be good for us bulls. But ultimately, this second shoulder hasn't been formed yet, and there is a possibility that this head and shoulders pattern will not be formed at all, and we just see some price action to the upside from here. But we do need to bear in mind that this pattern could form, and it could potentially take Bitcoin all the way down to $31,000. I do not expect this pattern to play out, but again, it is just something we need to keep in mind. Moving on to the hourly chart then, you can see this inverse head and shoulders, which I showed you over on Twitter. I was in fact a little bit late to this trade signal because I was away from my computer. However, Bitcoin did break the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, confirming that breakout. We did see the retest, and we did get a bounce off the neckline. However, right now we are seeing Bitcoin in fact break down below the neckline. There is still roughly 7 minutes left of this hourly candle, and there is time for Bitcoin to get back above the neckline. But if we do get a breakdown of the neckline, then this inverse head and shoulders pattern will be invalid, and it will be a fake out, and we will most likely see Bitcoin trade sideways as it has been. You can see this white horizontal line along here, which Bitcoin has in fact been trading along. So when Bitcoin is below this line, you can see it's been using it as resistance, and we got rejected here. We saw it testing resistance again and getting a rejection again, and we saw it here testing resistance, and we broke, it got resistance and we saw a rejection. It has broken above this line as well, and when it was above this line, we have found lots of support, as you can see along here. So it is a very important support and resistance level. And if we do break down below this neckline, which we will most likely find out, well, we will find out in roughly 6 minutes. We will most likely come back down to this white resistance line, potentially testing it again before potentially having a bounce or a breakdown below this line. So this is a important line to look out for, because right now Bitcoin is trading along it. Moving on to the price of Ethereum then, which is right now making new all-time highs as we are getting a nice pump to the upside. So talking about my trade, which I entered at this point here, at the $3,400 level after breaking up out of this diamond pattern. The target for the diamond pattern was $3,950, and yesterday I was telling you that my trade was in profit at times, it was in losses, in more profits, in losses, and profits and losses, and I told you that I was still confident in this trade because we were forming this rising wedge, which you can see right here, and today Bitcoin did in fact break up out of this rising wedge, which I showed you over on Twitter right here. So the target for this rising wedge is $3,900, and we will most likely see that target as we are seeing some nice price action to the upside of Ethereum. So I told you yesterday, if we were to break down out of this rising wedge, which is actually bearish, so it's more likely to break to the downside, I would close my Ethereum position. However, if we held above this support level at the bottom of the rising wedge, then I would be keeping my position open, and we did in fact stay above this rising wedge, and we did break to the upside today just a couple of hours ago. So I am holding my Ethereum position open, and I am going to take it all the way up to the target of $3,900 before taking some profits out of this trade, and then waiting to see if we hit the diamond pattern target at just a little bit above $3,900 at $3,950. I also will be keeping an eye on to see if there are warning signs. So right now we are seeing slight warning signs that we are getting overbought on Ethereum. Not enough for me to get too worried just yet. If we did see the RSI come up a little bit higher, then I would start taking a little bit of profits out of this trade. However, I am confident in this trade, so I will be trying to carry it out to $3,900, but I will be keeping my eye on this RSI right now because it is getting slightly overbought. As I said, I'm not too worried about it now, but it could get higher. The RSI could get higher, and then I will start taking profits out of this trade. That's going to be all for today's video then. The price of Ethereum is popping off right now, and it is having some nice price action to the upside, making new all-time highs, which is very, very bullish news for the price of Ethereum. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash a like, subscribe and share this video so we can grow this channel together. Thank you.